that doesn't seem, the math ain't mathing. It doesn't seem to connect to the thing that you know God has for you, the end game, so to speak. God says you will know what you need to know when you need to know it. Hey y'all, it's your favorite healing coach, Coach Kim, the author, here with a quick word for your mind, body, and spirit. I'm up and I've had my tea and I'm about to get my day started, and I'm doing better, or trying to do better, with not being hesitant in sharing my dreams, especially when Holy Spirit prompts me that they're meant to be shared. Who it's for you, and I know you'll get it. It's not for everybody, but in this dream, I was seemingly at a bar with this young lady named Tiffany, and I was standing on a level above and behind her. So she's at this bar table, like the high top tables, and I'm behind her. And if you've seen Black Panther, think of like the catwalk where Nakia was looking down, or Okoye was looking down on Nakia. And I'm standing up here, and I see this guy I know walk up to Tiffany and touch her hand, seemingly kind of flirtatiously, to get her attention. And I'm thinking that because of her job and because of what I know about him, that she's helping him with his own life and his own career and stuff, right? And then it's like we were just somewhere else, like an office, but maybe a home office. And I'm sitting at a computer and she's sitting at a computer. So it's like I'm sitting here and she's sitting like facing this way. So we're in opposite directions. Like I'm facing, looking at you guys, and she's facing, looking this way. But she's on a computer, I'm on a computer, and we're working on a book. We're working on the same book. And she describes to me a dress as the color jasmine and needs me to find a word for the color yellow. And I'm not really even sure what that means as far as looking for a word for the color yellow, but I'm researching it for her, and a chart comes up and there were different shades of yellow, and the names of each color was written on it. Some I understood and some was in languages I couldn't even try to pronounce, and I was a little shocked at first, but I gave her the names that I could pronounce. And instead of sending her the email that I was working on to thank her for helping my friend, I decided to just tell her. And she says she didn't know that we were connected, and that whatever he was talking to her about wasn't what I assumed it was, but actually the opposite. Like, he wasn't looking to grow and excel like I thought. And then all of a sudden I'm in my childhood church, my dad's church, which is a Baptist church. It's called New Hope Baptist Church. And I'm watching them have altar call. And I don't know how old school you might be, but altar call is, depending on the denomination, depending on the type of service, altar call can be like in the middle of the service, it can be at the end of the service, where they go up to an actual altar and pray to themselves, or it may be during a time of prayer where someone else is praying for the whole church body. So I'm standing here and I'm looking at, not really people, but one particular lady goes to the altar, and I'm watching her, and I'm thinking to myself, I want to go up to the altar and pray also. And before I could make a decision, this woman in a bright floral dress walks up to me, and she's smiling and she's wanting to hug me and talk to me and basically keep me from going to the altar to pray, even though I hadn't decided if I was going up yet. And then I woke up. So I did what I usually do when I go through my dreams, and I think through what I know a thing means, symbolically. And then I research what doesn't make sense, like names and dates and times. And usually, while I'm doing all this, Holy Spirit will, begin to reveal more to me. But even after I did what I usually do this time, it just didn't make clear sense. Because there's some people in the dream that I'm not going to name, because I'm just not. And their presence made sense but didn't make sense. So I'm like, okay, God, make it make sense, because I'm just not getting it. And just like that, the answer started to flow. So the name Tiffany means revelations of God. The church I was in was New Hope. God is revealing to you, the church, because we're the church. He's revealing to us the new hope and the new things he's doing in you. And I know a lot of prophetic voices will say things like in this season or in this hour, because I said it. And a lot of times, even if you have spiritual ears to hear, you're not completely sure that the season or the hour that we're talking about is the season or the hour that you're in. But God says right now, this is for you if you've been fasting and praying and working and grinding and hustling and staying up late and getting up early, knowing that the thing that you're working on is God ordained. It doesn't matter if you haven't seen any fruits of your labor yet. Like Gideon, you've asked for confirmation, and God has given you some confirmation you didn't even ask for. But he knew that somewhere in the hidden parts of you, you were in doubt. Even if you didn't want to believe that you were doubting, he knew it was there, so he sent the confirmation. Even still, you feel confused because there are some things that you just don't understand yet. There are some things that you're working on that doesn't seem, the math ain't mathing. It doesn't seem to connect to the thing that you know God has for you, the end game, so to speak. God says you will know what you need to know when you need to know it. Go in the strength he gave you and know that when it's time, it'll all come together and make sense. You know you're at the point where what he said is being groomed in you, and God says right now is your time. And just like you know that right now is your time, the enemy knows it too. So right now is not the time to be distracted, to be doubtful, and to let folk who walked away come back. Right now is not the time to let exes and friends and opportunities that either close on you or that you walked away from distract you from the thing that God is doing for you. Do not let people who you have a hope will get it right and do what God has for them keep you from doing what you're supposed to be doing. Stay focused, stay the course, be like Nehemiah, and stay on the wall. Get closer to God and go deeper in the Word to reap even more strategy and fresh oil and clarity on the things that he has for you, the things that he's already shown you, and the things that are yet to come. In this season and in this hour, do what he told you to do if you want to receive what he promised you. Until next time, stay blessed.